Welcome to I Heart Geek.
Hi everybody, it's MsGeekyPage and
Blize.
And we're back again to do the ending of Crisis on Infinite Earths for the Arrowverse.
Part 2, baby.
Part 2, episodes 4 and 5. We just binged them together and now we're going to chat. So, what do we think?
I thought it was really good. It was a really solid ending to the biggest crossover that this universe has had. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole thing from start to finish. And there was a couple things that I would have liked to seen, or I think they could have done maybe a little bit better.
Yeah.
But overall, great crossover.
I thought it was a great way to let Steve Amell exit the universe that he essentially started when he started as Arrow. So it was good to go. I'm like you, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was solid. There's some stuff that we thought could have been done better, which we will discuss in just a minute. But other than that, overall, 2 thumbs up.
Bam.
Well, 4, because they're both to us.
Yeah. So the biggest gripe that I had with it was the 2 final battles.
Yeah.
They seemed very anticlimactic.
The first one more so for me.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't mind the Anti-Monitor, the final takedown of the Anti-Monitor boss. But yeah, with the restarting the universe, I mean, we looked at each other and said, did Ryan Choi just punch out a time wraith?
Yeah, that was weird. It was, they were all fighting and all these, the time wraiths were coming at them. And essentially some of them were just punching. And they were just poof, poof, poof. And then the whole thing where they were supposed to restart the universe and they were just like, everyone focus. And they started staring.
And they were just...
And I thought something was going to happen, like some sort of effect, but it was just staring.
Staring off in the distance. So I think one of us made a Care Bear stare joke.
Yes.
Because we were thinking something was going to come out of eyes or heads or whatever. And nope, they're just
looking.
So yeah, I agree with you on that.
The second battle too had the same kind of feel.
Yeah. It just seemed kind of easy.
Yeah.
Seems like they took him out really, really easily.
Yes.
And like, this is obviously someone that they've beaten once, and if he's strong enough to come back, come on.
And his final move was just to get really big.
Right, to do the Ant-Man Gigantic Man thing and then call it a day.
And we all know, the bigger you get, the slower you are.
The slower you go. If comics have taught us nothing, that is one thing. Bigger you are, the slower you move.
Exactly. So but that was probably my biggest gripe with the whole thing.
Yep, me too, I think.
Yeah.
We did enjoy Oliver as Spectre, which we called last video.
We did it.
One of the nice things with Oliver as Spectre, they actually don't really have to have him be completely 100% dead.
No.
He could come back as Spectre again. Like, so if Steve Amell wanted to jump back into the universe, there you go.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see him do that in maybe a couple years, a couple seasons go by, and then he comes back to, maybe that's how they start another crossover.
Yeah,
he comes back to gather them all
because we
up.
know we're getting Green Arrow and the Canaries.
Yep.
And it's going to be Mia and a bunch of Canaries. We looked at each other, we were speculating what's going to happen on Arrow now that there's no Oliver, because Arrow still has time in the rest of the season to build up. So it's interesting to see where they would go without an actual Oliver Queen at this point in time.
Yeah, I think they bring him back for the last episode. I know that they've said that he's done. Like, he's done filming and everything like that, but I think we see him one last time get his walk in the sunset.
Yeah, just a nice send-off. This was good, but this was about the crossover. Yeah. A final walk into the sunset would be nice.
Yeah, especially on this show that he booted this whole universe.
Yeah, I mean, without Arrow, there would be no Arrowverse.
Nope.
So, interesting.
What are we going to call it now?
According to Steve Amell, he said just because he's gone, you're not allowed to not call it.
Oh, yeah?
He goes, don't call it the Flash first, it's still the Arrowverse.
Still the Arrowverse.
So we'll respect the man, and we'll still call it the Arrowverse.
Very cool. So, the biggest thing, I think, to come out of this was Ezra Miller as the Flash showing up within, like, the first 10 minutes of this 4th episode.
I had it spoiled for me, so I knew it was going to happen before we sat down to watch it.
Me too.
because it was all over the internet. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So we knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea it was coming that quickly into the episode.
So seeing him do this, do you still like him cast as the Flash?
No.
I don't either.
No.
I'm not into it. I appreciate that he was there. I appreciate what they're trying to do, but I just do not. He's not convincing me as the Flash.
No, I'm a Grant Gustin girl. I am. I
good.
love him as the Flash. I think he's got Barry down. We've talked about it on the podcast a bunch of times. I think Ezra Miller would be a better, maybe like a Wally.
Okay.
As opposed to
I can
Barry.
see that.
But I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And I mean, it is a pretty significant cameo in the grand scheme of things if you think about it, because, for years and years, DC and the WB have said they're totally different worlds. There's never going to be a crossover. No movie actors are going to end up in the TV show. No TV shows actors are going to end up in the movie. They don't even live in the same world. We're not even going to reference anything. And then all of a sudden, Ezra Miller pops in.
Yeah.
Now, there have always been slight hints that was a bunch of baloney anyways. The one I remember the most was Supergirl actually wore Wonder Woman's boots in one of her commercials for her show. So they've never really closed that door completely.
Yeah.
They kind of keep nudging it open, and I think this is just this cameo and then a couple others we'll talk about later just kind of throw everything open, and they all exist in the same world now.
Which to me shows kind of how much in trouble the DC movie universe is. Like, I understand why they would want to keep those universes separate for so long, because it's hard to kind of get the general public on board of watching the TV shows and watching the movies and have them all flow together. But now, in the state that the movie universe is in, I think they're throwing a Hail Mary at this point.
I think so. Because I think if they throw the Flash in there, who hasn't had a solo movie yet, and he even mentions he has a line about Victor where he's talking about Victor still in the cyborg.
Yep.
So we've already got our Batman, we've already got our Superman, we've got all those things. We have no cyborg. And let's be honest, the most successful of the Disney movies, and I'm going to take Shazam out of the equation right now, or DC movies. I'm going to take Shazam.
Marblehead.
I know. I'm going to take Shazam out of that mix, even though it is part of this universe.
Yeah.
The only really truly successful ones have been Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see. I mean, we might see Jason Momoa pop in. Wouldn't surprise me at this point in time.
You think he'd do it? You think he would?
He does TV stuff all the time.
Like small screen TV stuff?
Yeah, like he's done Netflix shows.
Okay.
He's got started on TV.
All right.
So maybe, I don't think so. I'm not sure about Gal Gadot.
No, I don't think so.
She's kind of big right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this opens the door to go back and forth.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with it. They got us with another Oliver death. Two of them.
2 deaths.
And both times it was tearjerkers both times. They did a great job, which makes me only think, like, if they do bring him back for Arrow to do another send-off.
He better be a ghost or something, because if he magically appears a la Lazarus Pit and then dies a third time, I'm out.
They are just milking the... I guess at this point we can call it nostalgia for Arrow.
Yeah.
He's been around for however many years now.
This is their 8th season.
Yeah, so a long time. But yeah, we'll see what they do with that. But yeah, those both got me pretty much in the feels right here.
I think the second one was the second one was the hardest.
Yeah, no, for sure, because that was the final.
Well, and he came back, and then you're like, okay, he's gonna be Spectre, and he's gonna live for. Oh no, you did it again, jerks. Yeah. So,
one of the
this was his favorite part.
This was my favorite part. I got super excited. We got another cameo from, I don't even know if you want to call it a cameo, but we got Bebo. We got Bebo back. Giant Bebo running the streets, and it was fantastic. And I love how every single character defends Bebo.
Right. And he and Tara were just so excited when Bebo walked on.
Yeah,
it was so great.
So awesome. So with this final crossover, this is now giving us what it seems like is a slight merger of the multiverse.
Yep, so we have one Earth now.
Well, we have the Earth Prime. It still seems like we have a multiverse of sorts.
Yeah.
But they definitely have made it more convenient for them to do crossovers and have different heroes jump in at different places, because now all the main characters that you know and love are in the same Earth Prime.
And Argo is right above Earth Prime now, so yeah, the crossovers are easy because now they don't have to justify time travel and portals and breaches. Thank you, Cisco, and all that kind of stuff. So
I think we're gonna see what Marvel's kind of doing with their movies, where a certain character's movie comes out, so a certain character will have their show, but they won't be afraid to pull in like Black Lightning or Supergirl on the Flash. It won't necessarily be a crossover, but it'll include those characters.
I need help. Here comes Supergirl.
Yeah, exactly. Or Batwoman.
Yeah, I need help. Here, let me call Black Lightning and he'll show up.
Yeah. Which
is awesome. So my favorite part, because I'm a nerd, my favorite part is the ending Oliver Anti-Monitor or Monitor speech, where we get all of those extra goodies.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Easter eggs, but mentions and cameos. So we've got Swamp Thing. We see Swamp Thing. We see Doom Patrol. We see Justice Society of America. We've got Brandon Routh flying over the Earth, a la traditional Donner Superman in his Superman costume. And we've got what's the world?
Oa.
We've got Oa. I can never say it right.
Dub, I got it right. Ask. It's Oa. So
I can never say it right, so I've always got to ask. But we've got the world of the lanterns, the Green Lanterns. Yep. So Green Lanterns are coming, and he picked this out, and I didn't. But apparently, it looks like the one from
Ryan Reynolds' movie. So that's another thing that's kind of shown you, and I wonder if this has always been a thought that Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, as much as people didn't like that movie, is it still within this movie TV universe?
I think they made it part of the world.
Yeah,
now.
so which means that Reynolds is still Hal Jordan. So maybe they recast him, maybe they pick another Lantern. Everyone's been wanting Diggle to be...
and with Green Arrow and Canaries happening and Arrow ending, it's a perfect chance to finally transition Deagle into the role of the Lantern.
Yeah, which would be cool. He's a great character. Always liked his character. I love the actor, so I would, if he took up the mantle of being a Lantern, I would be 100% into that. I wonder, you think they get their own show? Or you think he becomes a character?
He may just one that bounces around from universe to universe to universe. I know a lot of people would really like to have a Green Lantern show. People have been waiting for it a lot. I kind of feel that DC and WB may want to try another movie first. For some reason, but I mean, I would like to see it in TV show, and I really do think if they do, they're going to end up being Diggle, because it's been hinted so many times before. And at the beginning of this season, when John Wesley Shipp's Flash shows up, first thing he says to Diggle is, "John, I didn't recognize you without your ring."
Oh.
So it's been laid down.
I think they do.
That he's a Lantern on another universe, and now that universe doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, so they probably do it. I think they do it a show. I think maybe we see a movie. I mean, we're getting a Flash movie. We have the Flash TV show, so maybe we still get a Green Lantern movie, but I think we get Diggle as a Lantern as well.
If you guys have any speculation on that, let us know below. Comment, let us know what's going on. So we'd like your thoughts on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of the other stuff that we really dug.
Return of Baby Sarah.
Baby Sarah.
So Diggle has 2 kids now. He's got Baby Sarah and Connor, right?
Yep, and Connor. It was the, because Baby Sarah was retconned in Flashpoint. Thank you, Barry. So now we've had her back. And then the ending, before the giant flyover and all that stuff, the Hall of Justice.
Yes, the Hall of Justice. Which they've shown before. You said it when we were watching it.
Yeah.
I forgot about it until you had said it, but yes, they showed the outside of it before. Looks like the Hall of Justice, and now we have the Justice League table.
Yeah, it was not the Elseworlds crossover, but the one prior. It was, we don't call it the Hall of Justice, but it literally is the Hall of Justice. The outside looks like the Hall of Justice, and now we actually get everybody seated at the table.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, with, of course, Steve Amell having his seat.
A seat for Oliver.
Which is awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about some Easter eggs?
Yeah,
let's talk about some Easter eggs.
Most of the Easter eggs, I think, were contained within the Arrowverse universe. So I won't go too deep into those, but I do want to talk about some of the exterior Easter eggs that was really cool, especially for creators. Yeah. That first one being the writer of the original Crisis, Marv Wolfman. He had an on-screen cameo, so he came up to Supergirl and Flash and was like, I love it when you guys team up. Can I get an autograph? So that was, it's always cool when you see those creators get that spotlight in what their creation brought to light. Which is great. The next one we had, they had a battle on Perez Landing, which is a throwback to the artist of Crisis, George Perez, which was super cool. And then this cameo or Easter egg, I know that you were super excited for. I was a little bit like, what is that? But Courtney,
I laughed so hard that I scared their dogs. When Geek showed up, I had to explain to him that Geek is the monkey from that is the Wonder Twins pets from the original Super Friends cartoon. It just made me so happy. I'm still super happy that Geek showed. Like, we didn't see him, but he's there, so I was pretty excited about that.
Which begs the question: were they just keeping him in a cage, like
has he been stuck in there the whole time?
Just in this
storage
place?
Like the universe's reboot, so maybe he just showed up because of the reboot of the universe. I don't know, but where's my Wonder Twins?
Oh, well, right on. That's everything that we got from the show, guys. If you had any thoughts or tell us what you thought down below in the comments. Let us know. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What are you excited for coming out of this? Because this is a whole new Arrowverse.
Yeah, it's a brand new Arrowverse now.
Yeah.
Tell us your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. If you disagree with us, tell us that too.
Let us know.
We'd love to hear it. So give us comments and see what you think.
Yeah, for sure. And make sure you hang out after the video because we have all of our contact channels for you guys to join us, the Twitter, the Instagram, and everything like that. So, as always, I'm Blize.
I'm MsGeekyPage.
Keep on geeking on.
You have been listening to the latest episode of the iHeart Geek Show. Make sure you visit our website at www.iheartgeekshow.com. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you check us out on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And keep on geeking on to all of you geek rock stars.